Good evening, everybody. We thank you for joining us today. We're here for informational meeting for Improvement District BR 24C1. On this project, we have north and south Woodcrest Drive from Lilac Lane to Lilac Lane, and there's a section of Woodcrest Drive north, and then a section of Park Lane Drive. The agenda today, we're going to have staff introductions, project overview, that includes location description, timing, durations, phasing, details, costs and funding, special assessment. Then we'll end the meeting with questions. So here today, we have Rob Hasey, who is going to be the project manager for this improvement district. Doug Durgan, special assessment manager. Jason Lair, that's myself, and Tom Nakanoos, city engineer. And we also have with Houston Engineering the design team, Mike Love and Brady Wall. So here's again the project location in red. If any of your properties are in this red area, you'll be affected by this project. So the project description, we're going to be doing a full roadway reconstruction, including water main removal and replacement, water service replacement, back to the curb stop, sanitary sewer service replacement to 5 foot behind the curb. We're going to reroute some storm sewer main to Woodcrest Drive cul-de-sac, and we're going to replace inlets and upsize storm sewer leads as needed. Remove and replace driveway approaches, 100% sidewalk replacement, new streetlights, and we're going to remove the storm sewer lift station on the VA hospital property. So the timing and duration of this project, we're going to bid October 25th of this year, and we're anticipating a start date of early spring of 24 with a completion late fall 24. So with the length of this project being so long, we wanted to reduce the impact to the residents along this corridor. So we have broken up the project into 3 separate phases. As you can see here, phase 1 is kind of close to the Willow Road North and extends a ways onto the Woodcrest Drive. And then there's 2 other phases on Woodcrest Drive, each of the durations having 60 days. Project details, pedestrian access will be maintained on one side at all times. Really the only time that this might be impacted the most is when we replace the sidewalks. In this area, currently today there is a standard curb, and we'll be replacing the standard curb with mountable curb. In the Woodcrest kind of entire neighborhood, there's different curbs, and we want to be consistent now that we're going to be replacing the entire neighborhood. We want to have the same curb type. During the construction, we'll have temporary water service lines installed above ground that'll connect to your water spigots outside of your house to provide water to each resident. And if wanted, your driveway may be widened if it complies with city ordinance, and there is some forms available today for you to pick up, and we'll also have them on site with our inspectors next year. And then the boulevards will be regraded and seeded. And one thing we like to tell our residents is once the boulevards are about 70% grass, it becomes the property owner's responsibility to water and maintain those. Here's just a picture of example of the temporary water lines that you'll be seeing throughout the project. So project costs, We're estimating that the construction cost of this project is right about $4.9 million. Houston Engineering, outside engineering is 80,000. Fees and contingencies, we got 10% engineering, 4% admin, 3% legal, 4% interest, and 5% contingency, with a total construction costs of roughly $5.9 million. In the funding of this project, breakout, street light utility fund is about 190,000, 3.15%. Wastewater utility is 316,000, or about 5.33% of the project. Water utility is 925,000, or 15.59%. Special assessments is about 807,000, which is about 13.6% of the project. And then the infrastructure sales tax is 1.67 million, roughly, with about 28%. And then this project also has flood control sales tax with the rerouting of the storm sewer, which is about 30% of the project. Special assessments, the water main is by city ordinance capped. City funding policy is capped at $50.94 per front foot for most properties. The sanitary sewer main, the services, there'll be no assessment. Storm sewer will be no assessment. Street lights, no assessment, and the paving is capped at $108.24 per front foot. And here's a list of key contacts, and if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask now.